May 5th through 11th. And May 5th is Cinco de Mayo. And we start off with, let's see what's going on the 5th. I wrote down details of plans. And we want to pay attention to the details because the moon is going to move into Virgo in the mid-afternoon on Monday the 5th. And some people may be celebrating Cinco de Mayo. You know, it's known for its margaritas. So make sure that you know who's driving, okay? Because the details are where the energy is. So make sure that you have plans. Make sure that you're being smart. On Tuesday the 6th, I wrote down ignorance is no excuse for the law. And we have a trine going on with the moon and the sun on the 6th. Also with, let's see, the sun in Taurus. Yes, because it's an earth sign, is trining the moon in Virgo. And Uranus. So those are positive aspects. But we do have a square with Jupiter in Gemini, and we have a square with Saturn in Pisces. And so, you know, the law would be Saturn, and Jupiter makes it bigger, and there's a square. So just make really good choices on the 5th and 6th. If you miss tax day on the 15th, the 5th and 6th are good days to take care of that, okay? Now, we move into the 7th, and we will have the moon also still in the sign of Virgo, and the south node is going to be involved, and that is the past. So I wrote down, allow old bad habits to fall away on Wednesday the 7th. Maybe you can notice some old habits and maybe start making some plans for new wonderful habits. Now, most of this month, we're going to have Saturn square Jupiter. That's just going to be going on for a long period this month. Saturn, the planet of responsibility, squaring Jupiter in the sign of Gemini. But we also have Mars trining Venus most of the month, and that is a really great thing. So Mars, written as a symbol for men, the planet of action and motivation, is trining, making a positive aspect with Venus. And, you know, coming out of this Venus retrograde, we could really use some positive Venus energy so we can see that our actions in pursuing value, pursuing money, pursuing love, there's a positive trine there. So that's really exciting. Now, Thursday the 8th, the moon enters Libra. And this is the first time that the moon enters Libra since the Libra full moon back on April 12th. So what have you learned about relationships since that Libra full moon and also through that Venus retrograde in general? So just take note of that. The moon will be opposite Venus in Aries because Aries and Libra are always across from each other. And also other planets hanging out in Aries like Neptune and Saturn. Saturn will be in its late degrees of Pisces, but it'll still be considered an opposition. So there's a lot of energy here to look at these things, who we are in relationship, who we are on our own. Friday the 9th, enjoy your relationships, especially the one with yourself. We have a beautiful trine going on with the planet Jupiter, the planet of luck and blessings. Mercury square Pluto begins, okay? Mercury, the planet of communication, making a abrasive aspect, 90-degree angle with Pluto. Now, we have Saturday the 10th. First of all, Mercury is going to move into the grounded earth sign of Taurus. Okay, so it's going to give us a little more earth energy. I find Mercury in Taurus to be really stable, really great advice out there. Good time to get really grounded. Now, Saturday, I wrote down it's going to be a sexy weekend, so choose passion. The moon will enter Scorpio on the evening, 3:58 p.m. on Saturday the 10th, and it will be there on Sunday. But remember, passion runs high, but so do emotions. Also, whatever you do, don't forget your mother on Sunday the 11th because it's Mother's Day, okay? And we'll be heading to a Scorpio full moon. Okay, we're pulling some cards here for this week ahead. Haven't looked at any of these yet. Remember, in the background are the cards that I picked for the overall month. Those are going to stay there. Let's see what we've got for this week ahead. So we start off with the Lovers. Very Gemini-like card. This is a card, yes, it's a card of love. Remember, Mars is trining Venus, but this is really a card of choices. So you may have some choices to make this week. We've seen a lot of relationship themes with the first Libra full moons, or first moon in Libra since the Libra full moon. So we've got a lot of love themes, and we've got a lot about choices. Okay, the Ten of Swords here looks like, doesn't look that great. Looks like there's been a lot of overthinking and a lot of worrying. It's the plant ephedra. I can't remember ephedra. It sounds familiar. I thought it was used for pain. But anyways, we just see a lot of overthinking. We see some wounds, right? I think those are the berries that made the red there, but it definitely implies blood. So there's a lot. There's a lot of overstimulation. You might be hitting a dead end in a relationship. It might hurt right now, but it's shifting, okay? And your third card is the Ten of Pentacles. So we see family life here. We see what's really matters here, and turning to the people who are helpful to you. Okay, so pretty intense week here this first week. Let me just pull a card for some best advice for the week. What is the best advice this first week? And the Ace of Cups shows up. So the Ace of Cups is the cup of satisfaction. It's showing you reaching for it. It feels very peaceful and in harmony. It's a 1. We know that 10 of Swords is a 1 in numerology. 1 and 0 equals 1. So we see a shift here of you reaching towards what truly brings you joy, the simple things. The weather's getting beautiful. It looks like you're outside, out and about. Okay, so that is your remedy. I'm going to throw you some dice for this week. See what else we get. We have the South Node. Move to that. Oh, no. It's 2. South Node in the sign of Taurus in the second house. All right. Interesting, because the South Node is the cup of the past. So there's some old behavior going on there in the sign of Taurus, which is the second house, which you also rolled second house. We're in Taurus season. Taurus is ruled by Venus. A lot of people just think about money when they think about Venus. And, but it also is relationships. So I see something about the past, something you've been dealing with. This can be old ways of thinking about money. Again, this goes back to the Venus retrograde, this third swipe over all that's happening. So some of these things some of these thoughts that you're thinking about money, and I'm going to say money, and you can sub the word relationships because it could go towards either way. But the old relationship that you have with value, whether it be with your wallet or whether it be with relationships, is ready to change. This old way doesn't work anymore. It's just causing you harm, and it's untrue. Okay, so we're going to look at it. We're going to transform it. We're going to make new choices. And that's a lot for 1 week, but this is a great way to start off the month and to end this Mercury or this Venus retrograde. So I think it's going to be a really good thing.